Hey guys, it's Carrie the Paper Monkey. I'm back with the Who Knew series. 5 minutes or less, I try to explain different junk journal terms, or we go over tools, tips, and tricks, or phrases that newbies are not familiar with. And then I ask for those of you who are watching who are seasoned junk journalers to jump in the comments and help us by adding any additional information you may know. So today we're going to go through I titled it History of Little Golden Books, but what is really more accurate is a brief history of Little Golden Books, because of course in 5 minutes or less I'm never going to be able to cover everything. But what I am going to do is I'm going to link a YouTube video of a creator that I stumbled across whenever I first started junk journaling, and her YouTube channel is Adirondack Girl at Heart. She also has a website, and on that website she has even more information on Little Golden Books. She was phenomenal, and I appreciate all the information. But basically, let's just take a look at dating of Little Golden Books. Now, Little Golden Books were introduced in 1942 by Simon & Schuster. Okay, that's how they got their start. The first launch of Little Golden Books was 12 copies, and I'm sorry I don't have those 12 titles. I will have those 12 titles in the description. I do know one of them was the Poky Little Puppy, though. I do know that. Anyway, those first 12 copies sold for 25 cents, and those books had blue spines. They did not have the golden spine. They had blue spines, and they actually came with a paper dust jacket. Now, they introduced the gold spine in 1949. That was the first introduction of the golden spine. Then in 1962, the price of Little Golden Books went from 25 cents to 29 cents. Currently, there are over 1,200 titles of Little Golden Books. Yeah, and and I'll link the Little Golden Book website because I'm often on it, just because they're now doing these biographies that I'm very interested in. I recently got the Dolly Parton one, I've gotten the Taylor Swift one, and I am going to start working on the Elvis one. Oh, and I got the Beatles one too. So those are really cool. If you haven't seen those, check those out if you have an opportunity. Again, let's just walk through really quickly on how you can find the date of the Little Golden Book. This is not a vintage book, but it was printed, I believe, in the 60s originally. So let's take a look. We can go to, usually on the second page, we'll see this copyright here. Oh, the original copyright was 1955. Now that is original. This book, you can look at it and tell there would be no way that's a 1955 book. It has a barcode. So they didn't even have barcodes in 1955. But what you can see here, what I can tell you is, if you'll look at the second date, it's more likely that the second date of 2015 is accurate, but even more so, if you'll look here at this numeric section down here, this was the 10th printing from 2015. So this book could have been printed in 2020, technically. Now let's look real quick at an older Golden Book. So let's say this one. You can see it's got the different, if you can see this, it is a very different print. Even the age, of course, gives it away, but you can see the pattern is very different on this one. Now let's look at the copyright on this one. You can go and see the copyright on this one is 1959. Now I'll go a step further. Back in the 50s and 60s, they did not have the numeric printings. What they did was, on the inside, very last page, they would put an alphabet. This was the J printing. So A would be a first edition, B second edition, C third edition, so on and so forth. This was the J edition. Let's look at one more. So you see this is a 25-cent price point. So Dr. Dan at the circus, thank you to my friend Lisa who gifted this to me. I just treasure this book so much. Let's look at the copyright on here real quick because I'm past my 5 minutes already, y'all. This is a 1960 copyright, but check this out, y'all. Can you see that? It's an A. So this is a 1960 first edition Little Golden Book. Again, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I am over in my time. I'm so sorry. I'll wrap it up, but I will have the links to Adirondack Girl at Heart. She has a lot more information. Thank you guys for coming along. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And remember what I always say, I hope that whatever it is you get to do today or in the next few days, it is at least as much fun as I'm having sharing the Who Knew series with you all. Thanks, and we'll chat soon. Bye.